Vikings is one of the most popular TV shows on cable networks right now, and it has rejuvenated audiences' interest in historical TV shows and Viking culture once again, meaning the anticipation for the final season of Vikings is at an all-time high, and fans are desperate to find similar shows to watch in the meantime to fill the void. I previously created a list of TV shows similar to The Last Kingdom, which I have linked below in the description, so be sure to check out that video as well, since all those shows are very similar to Vikings as well. But I wanted to make sure this list wasn't just a repeat of all the same shows, so I decided to mention TV series in this list which are a bit more unique and not so widely known, which should hopefully have something on this list that everyone can enjoy. At number 5 we have Attila, the 2001 TV miniseries which depicts the life of Attila the Hun from his childhood to his eventual death while he is at the peak of his power and one of Rome's greatest enemies and rivals. This is an amazing TV show that does a great job of really bringing to life the unique warfare and military strategies that the Huns implemented to become a dominant invading force, but it also does a fantastic job of highlighting the declining power of the Western Roman Empire and how Valentinian III, his incompetence and lack of skill as a ruler caused a weakened Western Roman Empire to be threatened by enemies from all sides. This TV show has an all-star cast including Gerard Butler and Tommy Flanagan, an amazing plot with lots of political intrigue and corruption and some great battle scenes as well. So if you're looking for a show which has a strong leader and king like Ragnar who will go to any lengths possible to ensure a better future for his people, then Attila will be the perfect TV show for you. At number 4 we have Norseman, a Norwegian comedy TV series about a group of Vikings living in the village of Norheim during the year 790, which depicts the day-to-day struggles and events of Viking life in a comedic manner. This show has won the Gullruten Award in 2017 for Best Comedy Show, so Norseman is definitely a show that will keep you amused and entertained for the duration of each episode, and it puts a fresh new spin on the Viking genre and the way fans view Viking culture. This show has a surprisingly interesting and engaging plot, brilliant acting by the entire cast, and has just the right balance of being funny and nonsensical. So if you're in the market for a show that has the same historical backdrop as Vikings but displays it in a manner which presents Viking history in a totally different light than Vikings, then this is my recommendation for you. At number 3 we have Rise of Empires Ottoman, a TV series which shows in great detail the siege and fall of Constantinople by Mehmed the Conqueror, a show which will be of particular interest to fans of Vikings who enjoyed the siege of Paris during season 3, as this entire show is about the military tactics and strategy needed to successfully maintain a siege against a well-fortified city. This will be familiar to fans of Vikings as Ragnar attempted many different tactics to try to get past the walls of Paris, all of which failed. Mehmed is also dealing with similar struggles and trying to get past the impregnable defenses of Constantinople, while also simultaneously having to contend with betrayals, disease, and a constrained amount of time to finish the siege, before reinforcements come to the aid of the Byzantine Empire. If you enjoyed the more military and warlike elements of Vikings, then Rise of Empires Ottoman is a great recommendation for you, as the show has a magnificent cast, amazing use of commentary by historians which I'm usually not a fan of, but this show does it splendidly, and a surprisingly accurate level of realism regarding siege tactics and stratagems. So if you're looking for a show that is brutal, entertaining, and will keep you on the edge of your seat from beginning to end, then Rise of Empires is my recommendation for you. The second spot on this list goes to Spartacus, an action-filled historical TV series about a gladiator named Spartacus and his rise from a lowly slave to one of the most feared enemies of the Roman Republic. Spartacus takes everything that fans love about Vikings and puts it into overdrive, as there is only 10 episodes per season, meaning there is little to no filler. The small episode count results in Spartacus telling a tight-knit story about an inspirational leader who can encourage his followers to fight for a better future, similar to Ragnar leading his men in the first 2 seasons of Vikings. However, one of my main concerns with Vikings, especially in the later seasons, is the amount of filler and lack of character development there is. But this is not a concern at all in Spartacus, as the plot here is amazing with truly mind-blowing plot twists, character development occurs in a way which is believable and real, and the fight scenes and choreography in this series are of the highest quality as well. If you're looking for a TV show that has a central character as fascinating as Ragnar, brutality levels which make the Blood Eagle look like a slap on the wrist, and a story which hooks you in from beginning to end, then Spartacus is my recommendation for you. The top spot on this list goes to The Last Kingdom, a TV show which is so similar to Vikings in terms of historical backdrop, political settings, and religious contention that it can even feel like a sequel to Vikings at times. Uhtred, the primary character in The Last Kingdom, is a character which may not be immediately as engaging and relatable as Ragnar, but he does eventually develop into a character who is strong-willed, loyal, and honorable, making him a great central character for this show. The bond between Uhtred and Albert can even be reminiscent of the relationship between Ragnar and King Egbert, as the obvious respect amongst these sometimes friends, sometimes enemies is evident in both scenarios. The Last Kingdom is a show that seems to get better with each season and does a good job of bringing in new characters and story elements which keep the viewer engaged and interested from beginning to end. I feel like the plot for The Last Kingdom is better than Vikings as well, since there is less episodes, which means there is less time for fillers and pointless storylines like the whole Floki and Iceland plot in Vikings. Also, the battle scenes here are as good as any in Vikings, and the characters are more interesting than Ivar, Hvitserk, or Ube as well. So if you want a show that feels like it is part of the same world as Vikings, then The Last Kingdom is the show for you. So lastly, I just wanted to say I hope you enjoyed this video on the top 5 TV shows similar to Vikings, and if you found this video to be interesting or helpful, please like and share this video with others, and also don't forget to subscribe as I post lists on the historical TV shows and movies on a regular basis. Thanks so much for watching.